In many materials, you want to combine multiple normal maps to add complexity and detail. For example, you could have a tile pattern as your base and additional scratches or decal details on top. Blender doesn't have a one-click solution for this, but with some node work, you can seamlessly blend multiple normal maps. In this tutorial, I'll show you a method that separates, combines, and normalizes normal map channels for a clean, controllable result. Open the shader editor. Make a new material. And go into Material Preview using the Z key. Drag and drop your texture maps into the shader editor. Connect the base color or albedo to the base color input of the principled shader. Connect the roughness to the roughness input of the principled shader and change the color space to non-color. Set both normal maps' color space to non-color data in the image texture node settings. Normal maps are made up of an RGB spectrum, where red represents the x-axis, green represents the y-axis, and blue represents the z-axis. We need to separate these values by using Shift-A to add a separate color node. Duplicate this node using Shift-D. Connect each normal map to its own separate RGB node. This separates the red, green, and blue channels of each normal map for independent blending. Use Shift-A to add a mixed color node and change the blending mode to Add. Make 2 duplicates of the mixed color node. Connect the red output of the separate color nodes to the first mixed color node. Connect the green output of the separate color nodes to the second mixed color node. Connect the blue output of the separate color nodes to the third mixed color node. Use Shift-A to add a combined color node. Connect the first mixed color node to the red input of the combined color nodes. Connect the second mixed color node to the green input of the combined color node. Connect the third mixed color node to the blue input of the combined color node. This recombines your separated channels into a single RGB output. Use Shift-A to add a vector math node. Change the operation to normalize. Connect the output of the combined color node to the vector input of the vector math node. Normalizing ensures that the combined normal map has proper direction and intensity without one map overpowering the other. Use Shift-A to add a normal map node. Connect the output of the normalize node to the color input of the normal map node. Connect the normal map node to the normal input of the principled shader. Adjust the strength parameter of the normal map node to control the overall intensity. Select the 8 nodes that make up the blending of the normal maps. Use Ctrl-G to group them together. Use the N key to open the side panel and rename the group. Using the Tab key will bring you back to your shader editor. By separating, adding, recombining, and normalizing normal map channels, you can combine multiple details without one overriding the other. This method works great for adding scratches, decals, or layered surface detail on top of your base textures. Once you understand this workflow, it opens up endless possibilities for richer, more complex materials in Blender. Thanks for following along with this tutorial. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.